Grand Rising, good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Greatness 357. This is a YouTube channel where we discuss positive topics, uh, the happenings of life, the entrappings of relationships, and things of that nature. We just like to keep it on a high note, start on a high note, end on a high note. So today, I have a very special topic for you all, something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. Because I've seen this this ill perpetuated onto people that I care about, and it's an issue of the issue of happiness, right? Of course, happiness not being the issue, but the issue being with the person who is jealous or envious in some way, shape, form, or fashion of the person that does express joy in their life. I've seen it to where people will be made to feel guilty, or they'll be made to feel like they need to retract some of their joy and some of their happiness to make other people feel better, and that cannot be further from the truth, right? If you're upset, if you're not having a good day, or you're not happy in general, or what have you, and I now dull in my happiness to make you feel better, to quell your insecurity, I'm not truly helping you. I'm not doing you a service. I'm actually doing you a disservice, right? Because I'm allowing you to feel comfortable in your state. And when 9 times out of 10, the reason that you're not happy is self-inflicted. A lot of times, life happens. People say, why certain things happen, and why this happens, why that happens. And, it's cool to ask why. It's okay to ask why, but life is more, I find, how you react to things, how you respond to things. When you're down, how do you get back up? When something happens that's unpleasant, how do you respond to that? When someone comes at you with negativity, how do you respond to that? Anybody can be happy in times where things are going well. Everybody, even the most depressed people can find glimpses of happiness. It's a different thing when you're in a situation where things aren't going your way. You're not on the up and up. Things aren't perfect, and you don't have that perfect relationship. You don't have that job that you want. You're not making as much money. You can't go on that trip. You can't do this, that, and the fifth at the point that you're in your life. And that's where you really find out who you are as a person. That's when you show life, and you also show yourself what you're made of, and kind of who you are. And so the fact that a person can be happy, and find happiness in that, in their situation, and can still find a reason to smile. They can still find a reason to move forward and propel their way through their day. To me, has always been admirable. There was a lot of y'all know that I've talked about this a few times. I've worked at a prison for the state, and there were a lot of guys who, were in horrible situations. And by my estimation, good guys, but for one reason or another, wound up there. But they had hope. They had hope. Mind you, I'm 19 years old, 20 years old, noticing this truth. And every time I would see them, they'd be happy. They skip up, the dorm or the tier, and they just be happy. They'd have a smile on their face. They see me, they greet me. I try to come in with some sort of positive energy, or as positive you could be in a place like that. And they would respond in kind. I always admired that. And that's not to say that they were not, stressed, not to say that they did not have their moments or their days or their weeks, where things just weren't the same, and they were just down. And at that point in time, their situation was getting better of them. But for the most part, they at least did strive to achieve that level of internal happiness. And once again, I admired that. But then I would leave work, and I would stop at, say, Walmart, Albertsons, a store like that. And I would see, this woman or this guy or this family, and, She has a cell phone. She has kids with her. She has a freedom. You know, I mean, she can go to the store, buy things. You know, she has money. She's going to walk out of that store, get into a car. She's going to leave that car. You know, she's going to leave that store in a car. She's going to go to a home, to a house, you know, or a place of dwelling. And she's going to, and, you know, she's going to essentially have a lot more things to be appreciative of. She's going to have a lot more opportunities to smile, a lot more reasons to be happy than that guy had. You understand? So that always sort of, you know, that juxtaposition always kind of intrigued me, because I do think that it's crazy how you can have a guy who has, let's just say 60 years left, and he's always smiling, and he's, you know, 50 years old. I mean, the man's not getting out, but yet he always can find a reason to smile. He can find a reason to embrace the day, you know, with a sense of joy and a sense of, you know, a little bit of a skip in his step. Yet you have people who have way more, you know, freedom. They can see the sun. They can go outside at 2:00 in the morning. You know, they can take a bath. You know, they can hear babies cry and be there with them. You know, the small things you don't think you would, you know, you would miss, or that you would even really truly appreciate. You find yourself without it, and all of a sudden you realize how much those things mean. This guy had none of those things, and he still found happiness. So when I hear people, and I would call it maybe like kind of like an emotional bully, almost is what it is. You know, if a person is happy, they'll say, "Oh man, you know," they'll try to guilt you into not being happy. And you know, I've heard people say things like, you know, "Oh, what you so happy for?" You know, you smiling that hard. You know, who you done met, or you must be doing something you ain't got no business because, you know, you're so happy. I mean, the people who come off as happy are the people that everybody else wants to bring down. Everybody wants to drag down. And that's, to me, I feel like that's more than likely this this psychological petting of the mind. It's like, if I make fun of you for being happy, I don't feel so bad about not being happy. If I shame you for being happy and I can make you a little less happy, right? Then, you know, maybe I might feel a little bit better about myself, right? And I feel like that happens too often. You know, I believe that, look, if you're happy and I'm not happy, all right, let me try to, you know, find out what you're on. You know, let me try to, you know, maybe change my perception a little bit, right? Maybe I can look at things differently, right? Maybe I can be happy. You know, maybe I can figure out what's your secret. You know, because I know you're having problems too. I know life happens to you as well. You know, but how do you manage to stay happy? And so that's one of the things that, you know, I feel that doesn't happen enough. So speaking for myself, if you've ever talked to me, or if you know me personally, if you've ever asked me, how are you doing? You're going to get one of two answers: amazing as always, or I'm great. One of the two. Either I'm great or I'm amazing as always. Because even if life is happening to me and I'm not in the best place, you understand, I'm still great. I'm still amazing. Doesn't mean that I don't have things that I'm dealing with, but I'm dealing with them well. I'm dealing with them with the understanding that these things happen. It's not a personal vendetta. It's not, you know, oh, woe is me, life is so hard for me. Oh, you know, no. That's a victim mindset. Can't have it. It doesn't help. It only hurts. If you're going to go through it anyway, if you're already going to go through struggle and you're already going to be miserable for the time that you're in the struggle, why would you take any extra time to then choose to be upset in your struggle? If I'm going to struggle, I'm going to be happy in my struggle, but I'm going to also be working to get out of that struggle, right? I'm not going to detach myself from reality and just say, nah, I'm going to live the rest of my life in squalor and I'm going to be happy. No, I'm going to work to get out of my situation. I'm going to work to better my situation. I'm going to strive and push towards my goals. I'm going to reach and try to achieve my dreams. And those things, accomplishing those things and overcoming obstacles and reaching my goal, in turn, is going to make me happy overall. It's going to show me some things that maybe I didn't know about myself. It's going to teach me about myself. It's going to allow me the opportunity to learn me. And, I do feel like that's where happiness comes from. So yeah, I'm always happy, right? I'm always happy. And if I'm not happy, then it's my fault, right? Because I'm allowing myself to look at it in a way that's causing me or causing my mood to be affected. And so that is 100% on me. It's no one else's fault but mine. Once again, be happy. Be happy, unapologetically so. Don't let anyone make you feel bad or shame you for not being happy. If they, aren't happy for one reason or another, help them out if you can. If you can't, understand that there's just some people that are beyond, I'm not going to say they're beyond help, but they just choose not to allow themselves to be helped. And so at that point in their lives, that particular point, they are beyond help. And so, or they're beyond help from you. They can always help themselves, but they just, as long as they choose not to. But I mean, keep kicking, keep kicking. Keep your head up, chest out, chin high, never let anyone make you feel like you have to shrink yourself, shrink your personality, be a smaller, less impressive version of yourself. Never allow anyone to corner your mind into that way of thinking. Because you are great, keep your head up. This is my first video in a while, but if you like it, go ahead, subscribe, hit the button, all that good stuff. And, yeah, I will definitely make more videos. So if you like my content and you feel like someone could, use this, then definitely like and share it. Good day.